Well, I figured since we had a powerglide case and enough stuff to build a powerglide, we'll go ahead and build a powerglide. It's just a factory planetary because I have it. It's going to be a mix of good stuff and factory stuff, but we're going to send her. Got the case, already got the servo on it. Already have a billet piston in there. We just have to put the rest of the stuff in it. A mix of good stuff and questionable stuff. Factory planetary. I'm gonna clean her up. Yeah, it's grungy right now. We'll get her cleaned up. And we're going with the it's the input shaft, turbo 400, rated for 1200 horse, but it's a 300 M material. But it is it's not ringless. Got ring grooves. Man, I'm not focusing. Why are you not focusing? I know the powerglide community to be like, well, that's going to break right there. Well, maybe, maybe not. And I know the powerglide community will be like, well, the rings create a weak spot. It shall break right there. Well, maybe, maybe not. Why didn't I go with a ringless shaft? This is cheap. Gotta get the unit going. And you're going to probably question my decision, especially when I show you the new stator. With new stator shaft, new stator support. So open her up here with the spot for a bushing, for a ringless, application. I even have the bushing to go in there over here somewhere. Oh yeah, that little guy right there. That's even the bushing that's going to go in there. That's even the bushing that goes there. Bloop. There's the number. We're not installing the bushing. We have a converter on order that has the bushing installed already, so we use that one. Conglomeration of mismatch of parts. We use the factory. I'll get back in the box. Come on, come on. We're going to use the factory governor support. I have a trans brake valve body. And we'll just carry on. Next step is I got to build a tool to push this ring down. As you can see, I messed this one up. Yeah, I was pushing in the wrong spots. I just had two sockets sitting on there in a press, and I didn't like her. Yeah, I didn't like what I did to it. Oh well, that's okay. We have another one buried right here. Another piece. So we'll go ahead. All right, we have the billet piston in. The reverse piston. We got that sitting in there. Didn't really film it. Didn't really record it. It's pretty uneventful. You put the seals on. I lubed her up with this stuff. And then it pushed right in. Pretty basic stuff. So, I got to build a tool so I don't mess up the second retaining plate. Put my springs in, put the retaining plate in, put the snap ring on. And then we have clutch packs and discs right here. Just FTI stuff. New pressure plate, new snap rings, new steels, new frictions, and a various conglomeration of other stuff. There's some stuff that's not on the bench here. It's still sitting downstairs, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, we got her down in there. messy. That stuff gets everywhere. It's this transmission stuff here. The old GM steering wheel tool for the horn button. Take that apart, and I stole the I took it apart and I stole the horseshoe off of it. Hopefully. Oh, it's too narrow. I'm going to have to sacrifice it. I'll bend it out a bit. Also cut up a jagged piece of steel. Kind of spread the load a bit. This. Hopefully I don't wind up with another bent up failure. Junk. Alright, let's see what we can do. Once again, a little bit of ingenuity. We're successful. Kind of a homemade tool. Some hacked up piece of steel. The horseshoe from the old a GM steering wheel horn button tool. Chunk of ready rod. And a hole saw. But yep, we were successful. Got the snap ring in. I'll pull our tooling off and then we'll carry on. All right. Pretty successful. The retainer plate we're using is this one here. And it's also a billet piston. FTI, I think it is. Oh, I should double check. Anyway, let's carry on. Carrying on. Alrighty, we're going to go with the factory governor support. I got to change out the bushing. We're not going to go with a rear. We're not going with a rear bearing because the case itself has a bushing, an inner bushing, and you don't want an inner bushing and an outer bearing because the oil will flow through the outer bearing way easier than it will the inner, and you might starve that inner bushing. You might starve the inner bushing from oil. For our application, this is absolutely perfect. Just got to push out that bushing, put a new bushing in. We have a Sonex focus. There we go. That's what we're using to go in there. That guy right there. Oh, let me fumble a bit. Just got to press her in. Press that one out. Press this guy in. I found an ORB plug, which I think has the same diameter. This guy here. So I use I use a lot of homemade tools and a lot of stuff I have lying around. If I screw this bushing up, I'm okay with that. It's cheap bushing. I'll get another one. That guy kind of fits in there. I'll press him out. Press the new one in. It's got a oil groove on one side and a flat on the other side. Oh, I just noticed that. It's a seamed bushing. I love seam bushings. Not. Whatever. We're going to send it. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. And we're just going to push her in. Hope for the best. Alrighty. Let's get this guy out. Let's get that guy out. Okay, let's get that guy out. Get that guy in. And keep moving forward. I was going to put the flat spot at the bottom until I noticed that seam. So that'll be at the top. And the oil groove will be at the bottom. So, there. That's what we're going to... Alright, so I want to carry on. I'll find my press. I got it sitting around here somewhere. And I'll give her some love. That worked out way too easy. I just used an LFH. Popped right out. This one seamed too. So, is what it is. Keep moving forward. That worked out perfect. So I'll get my new one. I'll find the bottom. Where's the bottom? Right there. That's the oil drain. So I'll put this guy in. I'll get him in there. The seam I might put to the top. All right, so we got our bushing in. Try it on our shaft. Where it's going to sit. That'll work. All right, so we got our bushing in. It fits on our shaft. I'll set that aside. I'll grab the gasket, put her on. We'll clean this up a bit more. We'll clean her up. Throw the gasket on there. We'll bolt her up, torque her down, and carry on. Okay, the FTI kit right there. Seals and gaskets and crap. Comes with a nifty little. Comes with this gasket here. It's the one you want. The drain, but also has the pressure to shoot out to lube your tail shaft. All right, we got some of these guys. Little case saver, little sleeves. They slide right down in there. Then your clutches have something to, and your clutches have some steel to go on. They shorted me one though. Only got 5, not 6, so I ordered another one. And you got some steel sleeves in there that the clutches can ride on. I got shorted one in the kit, so I got them coming. But for now, a new pressure plate. That guy right there. So I'll start sizing up. I'll start start stacking up clutches, and then getting our clearances right. And we'll keep moving forward. All right, guys. Here's a handy trick. These steels are not symmetrical. They only go one way. They won't fit until you have it perfect. Kind of frustrating. It's a little frustrating unless you know the secret. One of these steels has a notch. That notch goes right here. That notch goes right there. That notch goes right in this channel here. That little nick. Line her up like that. You're good to go. You got 6 steel, 6 frictions. New pressure plate. These guys here. I'm going to stack them in. I got new snap ring as well. I ordered 2 of them accidentally, so I got a spare. So I'll stack up my clutches. I'll do it dry, so I can check my clearances through there. Once I know I have what I'm looking for, once I know my clearances are good, then I'll soak them, throw them in, and be done with it. All right, so we got 6 steels, 6 discs on our billet pressure plate, and our billet piston, and that's all that pre-assembly lube I used on the piston part. These clutches are dry because I want to measure the clearance. Time for the feeler gauges. So we'll see what we have. If we have to adjust, we'll order up what we need. But we have 6 of these guys. Oh, that's my snap ring. So we have that snap ring. We have 6 of those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those guys, and we had 6 of them. We got the clutches, pack of 6. And then pressure plate. So it seems like we're pretty good there. I was shortchanged one of my case savers, so I gotta wait for them before I can actually finally assemble this. But now we could check our clearances. And then carry on. We got the bushing in her, got our governor on, torque down. Little shift seal in there. Oh, I got a new I don't know what you call that. We got a new adjustment screw. So I'll check that out. Check the clearances. Oh yeah, and this guy here, that's your, it's adjustable. Here, let me see. See the moving in there? That's your reverse stump. You could adjust your trans brake. Kind of nifty little feature to this case. You restrict the oil flow dumping out of the reverse clutch pack to soften your trans brake release if you wanted to. Kind of cool. It's kind of cool actually. We got our servo torque down. I don't know if I put it in. I don't know if I put it in the wrong order. If I got to put the band on first, then the servo. We'll get there when we get there. Recommended typical clearances and adjustments. Reverse clutch pack clearance, 50 to 75 thou. We have 59 in here. So there we go. I have a 29 and a 30. So at 59. I felt a little on the looser side, so it's probably 60 thou clearance, 61 thou. All right, we're a little bit tight with 59. So we deleted one of the frictions. I threw in a steel. So we're down to 5 frictions and 7 steels, which we're fine with what we're doing. 5 discs, 5 frictions is good enough for what we're trying to do. So let's see what I got for what we got here. 30, 29, and 26. What's that, 85? 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, 85. 85 thou, we'll call it. Call that good. We'll get these pieces transferred over. The parking crap. Get that guy all transferred over to this case. And then the rooster comb, the parking pole. We'll get that all transferred over to this case, and then we'll carry on. We have a new shifter lever. That one's kind of been around. So we'll get that all, we'll get that sorted out. All right, here's a little discovery. The aftermarket shift lever. I thought I could just transfer over the rooster comb, but no. It's got a spline on here, and this is a D shape. It's got a kick down eliminator, because you're not using the kick down piece. Where's the kick down? Here's a kick down rod that goes through it. That's the factory stuff. I just thought I could transfer the stuff over, but it's indexed differently. So I got to buy the aftermarket proper rooster comb, which is not a big deal. So we'll get that done. So we're on further to the rest of the trends. So we're going to move forward and mess around with the, what is it here? The Sonic 10 disc right there. Drum. All right, just checking the clearances. I have a snap ring in it. I have 70 thou. Here, I could get this out here. So we got the snap ring on her. So we got the 10 disc clutch assembled. I got the center hub out of it. You'll see in a second why. Pop this out here. Hold on. So the snap ring is sitting in the groove. See if I could one-hand it pop her out. Okay. That's the factory 176. That's the factory hub. All right. We'll pop this out. Okay, I don't want to... Oh, don't pull that. Just... Oh, yeah. Walk it out. Don't go ahead and pull it, because you might bend. And walk the snap ring out. Just don't go rip it out, because you could bend it. Take your time. All right. I have feeler gauges stacked up. I got 70 thou worth. Okay. If I look at the instructions, I know you're supposed to go 10 thou per clutch. There's 10 clutches in there, so it should be 100 thou. But if you look at the actual instructions on the deal itself, these guys want 60 to 80. I got 70. We're right in the middle of spec. I'm going to call that good. Good to go. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's what we're doing. Sending it. And I pulled the shim out. There was a little shim that came in the kit that you could adjust if your end play was a little goofy with the pressure. Oh, we got that was glued to the top of the. There's the rest of the shims that had stacked in there. This is a factory piece. It's going back in. Why not? We're going to upgrade to a 180 gear set eventually. But for now, we're good to go.